Hi, I'm Greg Howlett, and I want to take a few minutes and talk to you about what we call a sixth chord. A sixth chord. For example, you might see a chord that looks like this, C, and it has a 6 beside it. What is that? Well, let me explain something to you before we start. There was, in old years gone by, in classical music, hundreds of years ago, there was a system of notation called figure bass. And in figure bass, you might see inversions that were labeled, like you'd say C6, and that would mean play a C chord in first inversion. Now that is not what I'm referring to when I say C6. I'm taking a more modern approach. In modern music, when you see C6, it means something completely different. It does not mean to invert a C chord. There is a correlation, but that's not really what it means. What it really means is you play a C triad, major triad, and then you add a 6 to it. Let me show you how to do that. Let's start on C. We're going to play C, E, and G because that's your C major triad. Now, if we number each note in this chord, we have 1, we skip 2, we play 3, we skip 4, and we have 5. Okay? Now, if you just go up one more note, A, that is your 6, and that is the note that you're going to add. Okay? That's the C6 chord. If we were going to do it starting on D, we'd play a D triad, and then we'd add a B. Now, there's a couple ways you can come up with that 6, and I'm assuming that all of you know how to build a triad, a major triad. If you don't, watch another clip that I have on how to do that. But there's a couple of ways that you can come up with the 6. Okay, I'm going to give you the easy way first. Because how do you know it's not B flat? In this case, we're playing a D triad. You know you need to add a B to this chord, but how do you know if it's B flat, B natural, or B sharp? It could be any of those. Okay, for example, let's say we have a D flat chord. We play D flat, F, and A flat. We know we're going to play a B, but how do you know if it's going to be B natural or B flat, for example? Well, one easy way to do it is go up a whole step from the top note. Okay, or a whole step is 2 half steps, which is 1 note on the piano. So if you're on A flat, we're going to go up 2 half steps, and you know that the 6 is going to be B flat. Okay, F chord. 1, 3, 5, to add the 6 to that chord, we're on C on top, so we go up 2 half steps and we add a D. That is what we call a major 6 chord. Now, here's another little shortcut. Well, not a shortcut, but over time, what you'll learn is if you start a scale starting on the first note, for example, if we have a C scale, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. The 6th is very simply the 6th note that you play. Okay, so there is a 6th chord. We play a major triad and then you add the 6th to it. The 6th again would be the 6th note in a scale that starts on the bottom note of the chord. Okay, let's talk about that really quick. One more example. If you're confused, don't worry, just use my first method for finding the 6th. Let's take a D flat chord. A D flat chord. What you can do is you can start a scale starting on D flat, a major scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 6th note you come to is the 6th, and that's the note you add to your D flat triad. Okay? That's all there is to it. There's 2 ways that you can use the 6th. Again, remember this is a modern, the modern use of the 6th in musical notation.